It's time now for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Central Arkansas's premier news talk program.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. It's Friday. Cheer, cheer.
He is all excited. He'll be all excited when the mowing's about to start here. He'll be
About like that, right?
About as exciting as it gets.
That's about it.
I mean, if somebody dumped $1 million, wow.
No, that's not true. I'd say thanks.
Thanks.
Good morning. It's Friday, March 12th, 2021, 7 a.m. Welcome down on the corner program. And where's all the rain?
Thank goodness it ain't here.
Yet.
Hope it don't come.
Looks like
What?
we got a little bit last
Tired
night. I
of
mean,
it.
things were wet this morning, but
Tired of it. Needs to be dry for a while.
No, we're in a drought situation.
So what?
Huh?
Go check your yard. See how deep you can dig before it gets dry.
Not very far. I'm kind of dry.
God, I bet I have to go. I can't even till my garden.
Really?
Yeah, it's just too muddy.
Huh. Yeah, I'm dry. Yeah. Anyway, good morning. Welcome to Down on the Corner program. We'll get the weather here in just a bit. Yeah, we do have some drought conditions. I'm hoping that we get enough rain to kind of alleviate that. It's kind of abnormally dry, they say. They just updated, they updated the drought monitor yesterday, so we'll take a look at it here in just a minute. We're enjoying Brewed Awakening Coffee. You can do the same thing, 3 locations to serve you the very best coffee in town. Baxter Regional Medical Center's main entrance, and of course, follow the COVID-19 guidelines there. And we've got 62 East Plaza and Bomber Boulevard. So 2 are drive-throughs and 1 you have to walk into. Oh, one guy's doing what, up to 10 years for driving through at the hospital.
the hospital one, yeah, that we don't recommend. That one's not set up for a drive-through.
Please stop at the curb.
He didn't. In fact, I was at Cardinal at 5 South when all of that transpired. I mean, I've never seen so many police cars in my life. I just got off the road completely. The apartments there, I was off the pavement because they were putting the tax strips out and everything. And I thought that old boy's going to run over me, you know. Just kind of parked and let them do their job and chased him to the hospital.
He just wanted some Brewed Awakening. I mean,
guess he did.
It happens.
People knock the doors down for it, don't they? What a day that was. Brewed Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. 3 locations to serve you. Of course, Baxter Regional Medical Center main entrance, 62 East Plaza, out by Anytime Fitness, and, of course, Bomber Boulevard. Check them out. If you've not been there, you're missing out. I tell you what, they've got mochas, lattes, frappuccinos. You name it, they've got it. I got a friend at the hospital. She loves her pumpkin spice. You know, got to have pumpkin spice.
More power to you.
More, just like my good old coffee with a little cream and sugar, you know.
No.
And,
Of course, I'm not a big coffee fan. I do like going to Brewed Awakening. I mean, they got the cinnamon rolls, the muffins, the apple turnovers, the scones. I mean, they've got something for everybody, whether you're a coffee fan or not.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they got you taken care of.
You know, I don't drink a lot of coffee. I've been drinking 5 pots a day for 10 years. Ain't got the habit yet, you know.
You've got a problem. You just don't want to recognize it. Well, just realizing you have a problem is the first step of the battle.
Step
So,
I need one of those IVs with coffee in it, you know. Roll around, you know. Like at Bob over grimacing.
I just trying to hold my tongue.
Oh, come on. Come on. Brewed Awakening Coffee, like Mike says at Brewed Awakening, hey, we are real coffee. Be sure to check them out if you want to take it home with you. You can buy a bag of beans. They'll grind them up for you. Half pound, 1 pound, 2 pounds, whatever. A little bit more expensive than your coffee at the grocery store, but well worth the money. Brewed Awakening Coffee is the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. Mike and the staff do a great job at all 3 locations, and they're ready to serve you right now. So drive through or go in by the hospital and enjoy Brewed Awakening Coffee. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes, 29 in the state of Arkansas to serve you, with 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. Here in town, talk to Brad, Bruce, Charlotte, Chris, anyone there can help you. There's possibly folks out there I haven't met yet that work there that can help you all the same. Very caring, loving, understanding people. It's kind of hard to discuss a funeral home. Bob had a client one time says, tell Dale to talk about pre-planning. That's, you know, very good advice
yeah,
there.
that was back when we first started the show.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, a long time ago. So pre-plan, you know.
And her point to that was, my kids didn't live my life.
Yeah.
I did. they don't know how I want to go out, so therefore I am pre-planning.
There you go. Good point. So, Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect, right here in Mountain Home, I tell you what, great folks here and all across the state of Arkansas and, of course, in Memphis, Tennessee. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect, they bring the morning prayer each and every day, so let's pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, once again, I want to pray for everyone involved in the agriculture business across our area. Many earn a living on a farm, whether it be cattle, turkey, chicken farms, dairy, then crops of soybeans, cotton, rice, or corn, whatever it may be. In Arkansas, Missouri, we have some beautiful farmland. Some farms have been in families for many generations. My prayer today, Lord, you bless the agribusiness in our area. Give the farmers what they need in rain and sunlight. I pray that this year will be very successful for these folks. We're grateful for our workers in the agriculture business. We'd be pretty hungry without them. It's my prayer today. Amen. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes.
And now,
I think he needs to do the trumpet.
yeah, good luck with that. You'd get more of a.
Think all you want. That's what you get for doing your own thinking, Dave.
All right, go ahead and make your cow noise. Use your.
No. It's not an on-demand thing. I do it when I want to.
I got to feel it. It's from the soul. It's down deep.
It's from when I want to do it.
Here we go.
Morning, brother. Brought to you by there you go.
The weather.
Morning, brother. Brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda Zadora for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. It is time to take a peek at the White River. Hey, it's not bad.
Got to still enjoy the daylight until the time change on the shot.
Yep. Looking at the White River from Marion County into Baxter County, Arkansas, the city of Cotter, Arkansas, the little clearings, the baseball park, railroad museum, and picnic area there. 62-412 bridge on the left side of the screen, Contractors Trust on the right-hand side there. You can go to retiredarkansas.net and look at this all throughout the day because it is a live webcam. There's a little camera icon in the lower right-hand part of the screen. We take pictures throughout the day. We take a still frame of live video. Share it with family or friends or use it as a screensaver or backdrop or whatever you need. While you're at retiredarkansas.net enjoying the White River, you can also check out all the listings with the Z Team and Century 21 Lemac Real Estate and all the listings in the multiple listing service where you see MLS number. You can enter a number there and it'll bring up that listing. Now, the Z Team is ready to serve you not only in Mountain Home, but also in Marshall and Mountain View, Arkansas, to Mountain View, Missouri, back up into Gainesville. The team is ready to go. Reese, Sam, Darlene, Bob, Linda, give them a call. And they've won another round, that most prestigious award from the Century 21 Corporation.
Is that the Centurion Award? The Centurion Award, is that what it is?
Something like that, yeah.
I believe so.
So
I can make you one guarantee about that picture you just had up. It will not look like that on Monday.
Oh, no.
It's not going to look like that on Monday.
Be a little bit darker. Yeah.
The Z Team, they're always busy, but never too busy.
There you go. Bob and Linda Zadora for all your real estate needs. Linda's a professional stager and can set your home up for that certain eye appeal to get it sold. I'll tell you what, they've just been busy. So for all your real estate needs, the Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora, 870-405-0793, retiredarkansas.net. Around the region right now, in Mountain Home right now, we've got 51 degrees in Mountain Home. Then around the region, Harrison's at 59 already in Batesville. Whew. 48 at Salem, 51 at Calico Rock, 52 at Flippin, 52 in Marshall. It's 48 in West Plains, and up in St. Louis, it's 46. That front's moved through St. Louis already. Poplar Bluff at 50, Springfield at 48, and in contrast, Watford City, North Dakota at 16 degrees. On the radar, I mean, we got not a lot, but there is some. A little bit of rain around Phoenix, Arizona, Flagstaff, and all up into Utah. Shower activity to the west of San Diego. That's raining on the beach down there in San Diego right now. Other than that, we got shower activity in Kansas and Oklahoma, Missouri, a little bit in Arkansas. Moves over into Kentucky, in southern Ohio, into West Virginia. Zoom in and see what we have. We have a little bit of shower activity, very little shower activity right now in the state around our region to the east of Mountain Home and a little bit to the west of Harrison. Other than that, not much going on. The heavier shower around Cherokee Village to Pocahontas. It gets a little bit heavier in the extreme northeast corner of Arkansas.
Which way is that moving?
It's just, I think they say it's kind of stationary, but let's put it in motion and see. It's just kind of sitting there.
Well,
there it goes. It's
to the
going east. Yeah. Got an eastern movement. And this is projections now. This is for 9:30 in the morning. This is not
That might just skippity-doo-die itself out of here.
Be nice.
Well, wait till tonight. Anyway, let's see. Is that current? Now I got to reset this thing. Yeah, it's for 12:43. I need to reset it. There we go. Now, highways in Arkansas are clear with the exception of 62 412 East and Highway 63 going up through Cherokee Village and Highway 67 at Pocahontas. Interstates 30, 40, 49, 30, 40, 49, 55, 555, 530 in Arkansas. A little bit on Interstate 155 at Dyersburg, then Highway 67 going into Poplar Bluff. Not much on Highway 65 going to Branson out of Little Rock. When you get up into the Springfield area, you can see shower activity at I-44 at 65 there at Springfield. A little bit on I-44 from Joplin to Springfield, but north of that, it's not too bad. Highway 63 north of West Plains, light shower activity there. Then over in southeast Missouri, Sikeston, Cape Girardeau, and then southern Illinois get a lot. I-57 at I-24 down around Paducah, Kentucky. It's going to be a lot of rain right now. Okay, what do we have here? Flood watch box from Kansas to Missouri into Illinois, Indiana, parts of Kentucky. It's amazing how it stops at the state line at Arkansas and Missouri.
Oh, they got signs up.
They got signs up, that's right.
Kind of follows the border there at Kentucky, too, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. A little bit in Kentucky, southern Indiana, southern Illinois.
They've had enough.
Huh?
They've had enough. Stop.
think?
No more.
For tonight, 90% chance of thunderstorms tonight. We have an 80% chance of showers throughout the day today. Saturday, 60 to 30% chance. We have rain in the forecast all the way through Sunday night. Then Monday, 20% chance, high of 68, 65 on Tuesday, and we finally get the sunlight back on, I believe it is Wednesday. I drive Arkansas. Traffic moving well in the state of Arkansas as well as in Missouri. Everything looking good there. Norfolk Lake at 553.62. Bull Shoals Lake at 657.67. I need to pull up that drop monitor real quick here, and we'll load it in. I forgot to do that. I forgot I was going to do that on Friday because they updated about 7 o'clock on Thursday. For Arkansas, in fact, it's intensified a little bit. Now, this goes all the way to Washington County, Arkansas, back over to Clay County. So basically, the northern counties of Arkansas are abnormally dry right now. This is not a severe drought. But basically from Fayetteville to Corning, that will include Melbourne, Calico Rock, Salem, Viola, a lot of cattle farms in this area. And so abnormally dry, this is the map for Arkansas, southern Missouri. Have to go back. There we go. Missouri's not as bad as what we had it in Arkansas, was what I was seeing. You can see where it extends over the state line over into Butler County, Ripley County. This should be Butler County here. There should be Ripley, then Oregon, Howell, and Ozark County here. So along the border, then central Missouri with a little bit of a drought situation.
You know, even with this drought that you're talking about, Dale, I know a lot of people are trying to get out to burn leaves and clean up their yards and stuff. Even though we're not under a burn ban right now, please be smart.
Exactly.
Don't burn without a fire hose. Make sure your rake's handy. You know, be prepared to put one out that got away from you because it's still dry.
You bet. Allergy index today, elm, juniper, and maple. That's a good point. 6.2 today, 6.1 tomorrow. Coronavirus update, and we're not doing too bad. The 6-county area, Baxter, Marion, Searcy, Stone, Izard, and Fulton with 103 active. 79.49 recovered. We're at 95.6% recovery rate. On your active map, we're doing pretty good. Pulaski County needs to behave themselves down there a little bit. They're acting up down there. Other than that, the state's looking pretty good. Your hospital report for the state, right now in the state, 278 positive admissions with 125 in ICU, 67 on ventilators. That includes 7 other counties other than the 6 counties that admission. In fact, it goes all the way down to Jackson and Jackson. It goes way to the southeast of us. But anyway, right now in the state of Arkansas, 256,519 would be confirmed cases with 317,465 recovered. So we're in pretty good shape right there. Crude oil prices, I think they dropped just a hint yesterday at 65.87. We sure won't see that at the pump. Dow Jones Industrial Average went up 188 points to close at 32,485.59. All your updates to weather and all good things are brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda Zadora for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. RetireToArkansas.net. 3 days in a row, I got done before 7:15.
Good job. I'm impressed.
Time for a break.
Be right back.
Get the only mower with suspension technology at Mower Warehouse in Mountain Home, where they accept mower trade-ins, have flexible financing options, and services all brands and models. That's Mower Warehouse, located on Buzzard Roost in Mountain Home.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Hi, it's Bob Zadora, the Z Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm. Be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call. 870-405-0793. And check out our website, retiredoarkansas.net.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with 2 experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
Friday morning sports. Scooter?
Woo-hoo!
How's Scooter?
I'm wonderful.
I understand you've developed a new sport at your house.
We're not discussing that. It was not probably my proudest moment, but I had to. It was my son that was my competition, and we get pretty competitive.
Dad
in the house,
can't get beat by the son. I understand.
No.
Yeah, today we had the high school bowling coach scheduled, but he fell sick overnight. And but I do still want to talk about Chewy, Troy Kill, Cat Daddy, Troy Cat Daddy Kill.
Troy Cat Daddy Kill, also known as A.K.A. Chewy.
I do want to mention the girls' bowling team and their success that they had this year. They were the state champions for the 5A.
That is awesome.
And it's relatively a young program. I mean, it's been around, but the school has never really had a coach that understood bowling. They just had somebody kind of in the spot. Troy was a youth bowler here and a high school bowler, and then when he had an opportunity to go work at the school and become the bowling coach, he took it, and the proof is in the pudding, as they say. The boys, I believe, came in 4th at state, and the girls took the championship, and congratulations to each and every one of those girls that were on that bowling team.
Impressive. I like to hear that.
The girl basketball team wrapped up their basketball season in the conference tournament. They did not advance. The boys won their first round. Second round ended up being the runner-up in the conference championship for our area. and they are now playing in the second round at the state tournament. And they'll play tonight. They're playing Jonesboro, I believe. And we wish them the best. Coach Fulcher and his bunch wish them the best of everything that's going on. Coach Martin is here. We'll no, it's fine. We'll visit with him a little bit about some of the track things that are going on too, because the track season has now started.
Yep.
But we are going to recap the wrestling season too here after 7:30. What is going on right now is soccer season is in full swing.
Yep. They are rolling.
And they're, I don't know how they're doing, but I know both boys and girls are kicked off and started. In fact, I believe they travel. I believe the soccer team travels tonight to Siloam Springs to play matches over there. The baseball team, the boys baseball team, will be hosting Bergman tonight here. And last night, the Lady Bombers hosted Harrison here. The Lady Bombers, I know, I'm a little better up to speed on them because I do their games with them. So I know the
you
Lady
were up
Bombers
in the press
varsity.
box last night when I called you.
Yeah, and we're doing it Facebook Live, so I can't talk to you on the phone when they call. So I know the Lady Bombers are now 5-0. The varsity team is, and they won a doubleheader against Alma in their conference opener on Tuesday night, and then last night they beat Harrison 6-1 in the varsity game of it, and they ended up taking the second game 4-3 at the end of the seventh, and that was a junior varsity game that was a lot tighter than I expected it to be. But both of them are doing well. I know Flippin and Yellville have both started their baseball and softball seasons, along with their track season. Cotter advanced into some regional play, and the Cotter girls were beat out night before last, and they've wrapped their basketball season up. So tonight we've got boys Bomber basketball, and things are going to be exciting for them, and I believe that is viewable. Do you happen to know, Coach Martin, what the site is? It's AAA Score or something like that? There is a website that is live streaming those ball games, and Coach Martin's going to tell us.
It's a new website. Let me look it up. It's not on the National Federation website like it has been in the past. The AAA's actually worked out a way to pick up the tab. So they've got a new site out there. I believe you're correct. I think it is AAA.
I think it's AAA
Live
Score
or something like that. I've got it right here.
He'll look that up for us, but nonetheless, you can watch that. I believe it starts at 7 o'clock tonight. If there's any changes on that, I'm sure they'll be on ktlo.com. The things are really, really busy in the high school sports world right now.
A lot going on, which is awesome because last year with COVID, everything kind of got shut down.
And this is about the time of year that it did. Yes, sir.
Yeah. www.AAAscoreboard.com.
Scoreboard.com.
Click on 5A and then scroll down to the one you want to watch.
There you go.
Awesome.
And it's pretty good. I watched the game the other night against Lakeside, and it was very good to watch. It was very fun to be able to keep an eye on what was going on. For a bunch of guys that nobody gave credit to at the beginning of the season, they didn't expect them to do much. To come back out and to be the runner-up in the conference, and then now going second round into the state playoffs, to be in the quarterfinals, that's a pretty good thing, especially in the conference that they're in. So we congratulate Coach Fulcher and his bunch, and it'll be kind of fun to go on from there. Coach Martin, before we get into wrestling, let's talk about track. Aren't you the track coach as well?
Track, yeah, we've got a bunch of assistants in track. We went to Harrison Tuesday night for it was an interesting event. We did all the running events for both junior high and high school together.
Okay.
COVID has impacted track a little bit as far as the number of teams that you're allowed to have at a meet, so it's going to be kind of a continued goofy season. We had some really good performances for early in the season. I just got to practice Monday because wrestling just ended last week. The distance kids ran really, really well, as you would expect them to do coming off the season we had in cross country. And then we actually had a state qualifier already. Brody Patterson ran a state qualifying time in the 300 hurdles. Looked really good. And for this early in the season, that's pretty impressive.
Was that their first meet?
Well, they went to Van Buren on Friday. I didn't get to go to that because we were wrestling. And then it was the first junior high action Tuesday night, and then the high school went as well, like I said, Harrison.
So what happened to the field events?
It was supposed to occur last night, so that's what Harrison decided to do with this situation, was run all the running events on Tuesday and then bring everybody back for the field events on Thursday. We did not attend that because of the weather threats, and so we will be back on our regular schedule next week. The junior high goes to Green Forest on Tuesday, and then the high school is going to run split squads because we've got big numbers this year, so we're able to split them up a little bit, and we're going to take one group to Heber Springs, and then we're going to take another group to Green Forest on Thursday, so we'll be running split squad Thursday.
So in the track realm, what conference are we in with track?
In track, we're in with our basketball conference.
Okay, so
we're in the West.
So 5 West.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And that'll be a different animal for sure. We've been in the 5A East for quite some time in track, and the events where we will be strong versus those teams will be different in the West. The West is more towards field events and distance events like we are, as opposed to the speed that we saw in the East.
And what a lot of people don't realize is you still don't have a full squad because you've got basketball going on still.
We've got basketball boys that we're waiting on. We just got the basketball girls this week. We've got junior high boys that were moved up to high school and that will be back to track with us whenever they conclude their season. Yes, and we just got the track kids this week. So yeah, we're kind of just putting everybody in and seeing where they're at and kind of evaluating things still. So it's kind of a on the run type deal to get it done right now because of the way they push back wrestling and basketball is definitely impacting the spring sports and how you coach them.
Is it possible for a student athlete to say play soccer and run track?
Yes, sir. Yes,
and play baseball and run track.
Yes, we have both of those actually. Bryce McKay's doing baseball and track. We've got some girls that do softball and track. We got kids that do soccer and track. It is difficult. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is difficult, mainly because of the schedule of the events. A lot of them occur on the same night. Mm-hmm. So we generally have the best approach is just to let the kid decide what's their primary sport, and as coaches we accept that and go on and fill them in where we can. If a kid is a baseball player first and a track athlete second, then baseball takes a priority. We do have some morning practices to allow for those kids to come in and work on technique in track. If they're a jumper or some specialty hurdler or something like that, then we'll bring them in the mornings, or we'll meet with them during a free block during the day and work on those techniques so that they'll be ready to perform because they can't come to our regular practices.
Well, here's a question for you. Is it accepted or tolerated by the coaches?
Oh, we want them. It's definitely something we love to have all those athletes that we can, for sure.
So any student athlete that might be catching this, or their parents that might be catching this show, if you have an athlete that's interested in doing more than one sport, encourage it.
Absolutely. We want multi-sport athletes. We told our kids when wrestling ended last week that even if they didn't want to compete in track, go to track just for the workout every day to stay in shape. We want them to be involved, and I can almost guarantee you if they go do that, they'll end up competing. Mm-hmm. But we want every kid, especially like I said in wrestling, we want every one of our kids in a spring sport because we don't want to give up any of the gains that we've made physically over the last 7 or 8 months. We don't want to give those up in these 3 months while they're quote unquote off.
Good deal. 7:29 and 45 hundredths of a second, or 45 seconds. Nearly 7:30. Let's take a break, Scooter.
We'll
be back in just a minute.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
We're back Friday morning sports. You know, we've had a very exciting post-COVID, as post as we can be with COVID right now. You know, we went last year with very few spring sports that were able to happen in the high school level. And then this year we've been able to have the sports, so to speak, but have to maneuver them, adjust them a little bit.
Yeah, just slight adjustments.
Make
yes.
some technique changes and
Yes,
some
sir.
plan changes and sizes of things
Travel
that you can
and-
do and
yes.
travel regulations and stuff. But the Mountain Home Bombers as a whole have done very well in sports this year, both boys and girls sports.
I would agree with that.
It's a very exciting year. And one thing that I do want to talk about extensively this morning is not only the wrestling program, but the 2-year-old girl wrestling program. You know, if you can, let's recap where we were for the inaugural year.
Okay.
For last year, how did the girls finish up last year?
Girls finished state runner-up last year, had a really good finish to the season. They grew and developed, and the learning curve was so strong. We were just fortunate enough to get so many kids in, good athletes in, that bought in and were hungry, and the coaches did such a fine job with them developing technique, and they bought in and just worked really hard. Finished as state runner-up. Now, we were a distant runner-up to Searcy, and it was really close, second, third, and fourth, but we were able to point out there at the end and finish the state runner-up last year.
Did they have a state duels tournament last year for the girls?
We did not.
No.
Did not.
Did not.
Did
No,
they
sir.
have a conference tournament last year?
We had a conference tournament last year.
And
yes.
how did we do there?
I believe we were second. Is that
Yeah.
not right, Scooter?
We
To
finished
Searcy.
second.
Yes.
Under
runner-up.
Searcy as well
Yeah.
in the conference.
Yes.
Okay. So in contrast, you've got a brand new set of girls in a brand new sport with coaches that I don't want to say had no experience coaching girls, because I know you guys had some, but you didn't have 15, 16, 17 girls that you were coaching on a daily basis.
It kind of changes some dynamics.
Yeah, a little bit. So when the Bombers, when the state agreed, or AAA agreed to sanction it as a sanctioned girls sport, you had a number of girls that recruited you a team. And I remember talking with Scooter before all that started. It's like, okay, where are we going to get these girls? How are we going to fill a team? And I've said it 100 times, and I'm going to say it again. Your daughter, Ashlyn, did a great job being that recruiter, along with a couple other girls. Sure. But I know she was very instrumental about getting that done, and I commend her for that and her drive to be involved in what was going on in the development of that first year. But not only did she hang around for the first year, but she graduated high school last year, and she's been almost every meet that I've been to this year.
I think she might have missed one meet. Yeah, she's been very involved, and she sits in our corner, kind of acts as our trainer, handles blood work and injuries, and just kind of helps us out with the girls and the boys as well. So yeah, she's been instrumental in the development of our young program for sure.
One of the keys on both the boys and the girls side that I've been able to see, and I know that Coach Wood was here yesterday, and she talked about how things began with Coach Patrick, and I remember working those very first matches with Coach Patrick back in the day, which was around 2006, I believe. Yeah. And it was having the numbers, having somebody in every slot so you didn't have to put up that forfeit. And so what I've been able to see since 2006 in the wrestling world over the past 14, 15 seasons is the growth of the program overall, with not just the girls side being new, but the boys side. You've got some depth there now, to where you were struggling to just make sure you had a body. Now you've got kids that are out and fighting for those positions to be on that varsity team.
That makes the difference. Not just, we're looking at filling the holes and getting the spots where you're not giving up those forfeits and you're not giving up those points, but to be competitive, you have to have people to compete with every day in practice.
That's the next step.
Yes.
That's the next step, to go from being a pretty good team to being a really good team, is to have that competition in practice every day. And that was, I said that last week, to me that was a difference in our girls program this year, and how we were able to overcome that delay in the state tournament. We had that 2-week delay, so we went almost 4 weeks without wrestling across the state. Mm-hmm. Most of the teams did. So for us to be able to have that competition in practice and stay sharp was just huge. And we had great buy-in. We had great work. I mean, I don't remember any of our kids, 1 through 17 in girls, I don't remember any of them taking a day off. I don't remember them taking the easy way out in those times. Those are times when your integrity's checked. When you're not wrestling again this year because you're not in the varsity lineup, do you show up at practice every day? Do you continue to work every day and make the team better? And they just did. They did every day. I don't remember a single kid, oh, this hurts or that hurts, or, I can't go today, coach, but because they just continued to push the varsity girls every day, and that's a difference maker.
I was lucky enough to be able to go down to the girls' state tournament, which I'm very grateful for being able to do that. But I was talking to a group of parents while we were waiting for the concession stand to open, and one of the dads turned to another dad and said, "What makes Greenwood such a powerhouse on the boys' side?" So I'll ask Scooter, I'll ask you that question, Coach Martin, and I'll let you answer it also. In your mind, what makes Greenwood the powerhouse that they are?
And they've been the powerhouse for a while on that side of it, and they are in a lot of sports. And I know that.
But in wrestling, what makes them stand out in wrestling in your mind? I've got an answer that I threw out there to him, and I'll share that in a minute.
Yeah, just share your answer, and then I'm going to build on that.
Okay. My answer to them is because, one, they have a dynamite youth program.
Yep.
Okay, that's been around for years and years. 2, they're so close to the Oklahoma border where wrestling is king.
Yeah.
Any given day, you can pick up a wrestling match in Oklahoma somewhere. And Oklahoma is, I mean, they're so known for their high school and college wrestling. That's where the Wrestling Hall of Fame is in Stillwater, Oklahoma.
And I would agree with you on that. We talked about needing numbers so that they can compete at practice. They can compete in that. You will grow to whatever your competition is. We have a great youth program here, and they travel a lot up to Missouri and different areas to hit tougher competition. Because if you're hitting that tougher competition, you will grow to compete at that level. And you're right. They're right there at that Oklahoma line. You get over that line. I mean, Oklahoma starts their kids in kindergarten. I mean, it's just – it is such ingrained in their blood, and it's such a new sport here in Arkansas that we don't have that ability yet to be there. But the competition is one of the big things. They got a lot of numbers where they're at, and being that close to Oklahoma, wrestling's a big thing to them. They're getting a lot of numbers come out. So, again, they're getting more depth, and people having to fight for those positions. It makes a difference when you're fighting every day to earn your spot and to keep your spot.
I'd be willing to say that they've got a lot, because of their location, they've got a lot more second and third generation wrestlers.
Right.
Where dad wrestled or grandpa wrestled, where we don't have that.
Right.
Wrestling's new to our families. So I think that impacts it as well, because we've got a lot. We had a girl win state championship this year that hadn't even dreamed about wrestling 4 months ago.
Right.
You know, where these kids at Greenwood they've known they were going to wrestle since they were born.
Sure.
Because it's a family thing.
Like you say, unless you've moved in here and you had wrestling where you were, where your parents were, you really didn't know much about it.
Austin's a good example of that.
Yeah.
You know, Scooter wrestled. You know, wrestling was part of his life growing
Coach
up.
Alexander's son Lane is
the same way, and they were both state champions for us. So there's a great example of that those are kids that wrestling's been a part of their whole life, and I think that happens at Greenwood too. And, you know, and sports build on other sports. You know, almost all of Greenwood's wrestling kids are football kids, and they're used to winning. They've won back-to-back state championships in football.
5 or 6 times.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, Cersei knocked them off last year, I believe, but in between, they're always there, you know, and winning breeds winning.
So I guess the important point to be had here is the youth program, the Mountain Home Flyers that we have here, that's been going on for quite a while, is your group as the coaches of the high school side need to continue to support and feed that feeder program. Because if you have only a set number of student athletes that are out wrestling on your teams, you need new blood into that. You need someone that's going to be a challenge to your 116 instead of being the same guy every day.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know, because you need something a little different there, because Tommy and Joey may wrestle and practice every day, and some days they may put out 100%, but some days they may only put out 50%. So it's important to have the depth, and I truly believe to become a powerhouse like what they've got at Greenwood, we need to develop depth, and we need to have that depth start down at the Flyers.
Sure. We tell the kids, your goal every day should be to make the person you wrestle better.
Sure.
I mean, that was our drive this year, is you come every day with the edge that your goal is to make the person across from you better.
And as in any sport, it should be that the goal of those players should be recruit one more player to play with you next season.
Yep.
That's a push we have.
Because now we've got multiples coming in brand new. It doesn't matter if they're brand new or not. Like you said, Kylie Sabella.
Yep.
She had no intentions of wrestling over the summertime.
Well, till probably late October.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 weeks before season started.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So, and she turns out to be a state champion.
She said in the interview with the Gazette that she came to wrestling because her friend wanted somebody to come with her.
There you go.
That was why she came, because Riley wanted to come, and Riley wanted somebody to go with her, so Kylie went.
There you go. 7:45, we'll take a quick break. We're going to come back and recap this season with Coach Martin.
I'm Benny with Ammo Dump.
At Ammo Dump, they carry new and used firearms, large supply of shotguns, rifles, and handguns. Ammo Dump will buy, sell, or trade in your item and can special order whatever you like. They also have knives, scopes, ammo of any caliber, and provide gun cleaning and restoration. Call them today for the best competitive pricing around.
If I don't have it or can't get it because I don't make it, come and see us.
That's Ammo Dump, located next to Woodman's Package in Norfolk. Baby, it's cold outside, but it's never too cold for ice cream. And what better way to get ice cream is for it to come to you. Paradise Cream is coming to your town. Coming to Yellville Thursdays, Full Shoals on Fridays, and Gassville on Saturdays, as well as open at their Mountain Home location next to Ramada Inn. With over 20 unique flavors in stock like German chocolate cake or sea salt caramel. It's always homemade and delicious. Paradise Cream has something for everyone and also carries dairy-free and vegan ice cream options. Paradise Cream, you're on your way to paradise.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
We're back. Coach Bevel, we can hardly see you. Can you lower your phone down a little bit?
I believe that's Bella.
Oh. Hey. Anyway,
I believe we may have lost them, so it may be frozen on that.
Looks froze up there.
Okay, let me switch it back here, and then we'll go ahead. Keep going.
So what we want to do now is, in the second year of the girls wrestling team, we've had a lot of success on the high school level. And Coach, if you could go back, of course, we're going all the way back into football season when you had your first match at Harbor.
At Harbor, yes, sir. We went to Harbor, took some new kids over there, and had a very successful day. We won that tournament, and kind of we were shorthanded. We didn't have our heavyweight that day, but we're still able to win the tournament. Had a couple of girls in some upper weight classes as we were bringing them in, so they didn't. It was an experience day really for some of our new kids, but we saw some really exciting things that day that kind of gave us an idea of where we were going to be headed through the year.
And it really set the pace for how things were going to go for the girls' squad. Is that right, Scooter?
Sorry, I was working with Bobby here, trying to get Bobby back on the line.
But didn't know you were still doing that.
I don't know if say that again. I'm sorry.
I say going to Harbor with a new set of girls pretty much and not knowing what to expect from your girls' squad, and coming out of there victorious, it set the pace for what was going to happen the rest of the season.
It did. Anytime you get it, especially in those earlier tournaments, and you're new at this, it's kind of one of those things where you get to see not just where they're at, but where their heart is. You're looking for that drive. You're looking for that, hey, I'm willing not to give up. I may not win every match, but I'm just going to go out there and I'm going to put everything you got on the line, and you get a chance to see what you got as far as their heart, and if they're in love with the sport and they're in love with what they're doing, and it makes a difference. And to see them push through and actually walk away with the championship is awesome, especially that early in the game.
Mm-hmm. Coach Martin, you went from Harbor. I don't know exactly where you went next, but I do know that you went on and finished out the season tournament undefeated.
Yes, sir, we did. We finished the season undefeated as a team. We won 6 or 7 tournaments, and we were 8-0 in duels on the year.
And when you went down to the dual state tournament that they did have this year for the girls, how'd you come out there?
We won it. Faced Cersei in the finals. It was a tough match. We were a little shorthanded that day as well. Through the year with injuries and COVID, we really never, as a coaching staff, we never put our top 10 on the mat until conference. We never ran out it'd just be like in baseball, if you were short, your shortstop or your outfielder for a game or two, and we never felt like we had put 1 through 10 on the mat until conference. But we were still able to win all of our matches coming into that. So it was exciting. State Duels was a great turnout for us. Beat a couple of the top ranked teams along with us at State Duels to kind of solidify that we were the number one team in the state.
Which is very, very exciting, because just think how electrified those gyms would have been if you'd been able to have full crowds.
Oh, yeah. And it makes a difference. It really does. When you look up and you hear that crowd and you hear people cheering for you, and it gives you that second win, that second drive, that second push when you're out there on the mat. And it does make a big difference.
Wrestling is a momentum sport.
Yes.
I mean, as you go through a duel and you have 2 or 3 good matches, and they feed on each other. You know, there's so much. It's a short sport. You know, you're just talking about 2-minute rounds. Some matches might last 30 seconds. So the endorphins and the adrenaline play a huge impact in and how you learn to control that.
Are we going to have him?
I don't think so.
Good. I don't want to wear these if we don't have to.
How you learn to control that as an athlete and as a coach is so important. That you're using it in the right time. And I'll give our kids credit for that. You know, I think we might have been ahead not having fans, because our kids drive and, as he said, not give up and just focus was so strong this year that I'm not sure that the fan impact would have been as great for our kids as it was for others, if that makes sense. I mean, our kids can tune that out. They did just a remarkable job of when they got on the mat that it was go time, and I've tuned out everything except for that coach and this kid in front of me.
How did the boys fare in their duels?
Oh, the boys had a great season, best season in program history. The boys went undefeated in the conference play. They only lost, I think, 1 duel this year, and that was to Russellville early in the year. And then
they went on to the dual tournament.
Went to state duels, finished state runner-up in state duels, got beat by Greenwood in the finals, had a great day, wrestled really, really well. That's the best we've ever finished at state duels in boys. Came home and won the conference, which was have we won the conference before, Scooter?
I don't think so.
I don't believe we had won the conference before either, so that was the highest we finished there. And our goal all year, the goal for Coach Alexander has a multi-year plan for the boys program in place. And the goal this year was top 3. Top 3 in the state's been the goal this year for, that was laid out 2 or 3 years ago. And they finished as state runner-ups. It was huge. Did better than we expected. So we were super excited, very, very pleased. Just as excited about a state runner-up in boys as we were at a state championship in girls, because it was an accomplishment.
What's really exciting, go back a few weeks,
sure,
is the fact that Mountain Home hosted the conference meet this year.
Yes.
And then for both the boys and the girls teams to be the conference champs at that meet, that's pretty exciting.
It was a great day. This season has just been remarkable. The number of just awesome moments for kids in our program has just been remarkable, and that goes back to the foundation that Scooter and Travis have set here with the program, and then Bobby and I have just kind of come on, and we all just contribute different things and bring different things to the table to help our program grow, and it's just been a great year. It's hard to find words to describe the things that have happened this year, because there's just been so much buy-in from the kids, so much buy-in from the coaches, and everything has just worked out so well to see just tremendous growth. We've been able to get the kids in the right shape with the right technique, put on the right spot to be successful, and then the kids just performed really, really well.
Coach, I think we'd be wrong if we didn't mention all of the coaches at this point. And,
absolutely. Robert,
let you go ahead and mention who you've got on your squad.
Absolutely. So the 2 school coaches are myself and Coach Bobby Bevel. We both bring in 20-plus years of coaching experience, boys and girls, all different varsity sports. So we bring a lot of things to the table there. And then we have 3 certified volunteers that we couldn't do without any of them. Travis Alexander has been running this program, driving this program since its inception. He really had a lot to do with the development of our youth program here in Mountain Home, and he's still just a vital part of our program. Works a lot of technique, a lot of the mental side of this sport, which is such a big part of it. And then Scooter was does the same thing as well. Has been followed the same path as Travis with the youth program, and then came up to our high school a few years back, and just Scooter's been mainly responsible for the technique of the girls this year, and as you can see based on our success, what a great job he's done this year. Really, he should get most of the credit for our girls' success, to be honest. And then Robert Recktenwald's come in this year as a first-year certified volunteer, and I would give him credit for Caden Jones state championship. He worked with Caden on a daily basis as our heavyweight, because we didn't have another heavyweight girl. So he worked daily with Caden over the last month just to give her a sparring partner, and he's strong enough and has enough control over his body that he can work with her and still give her what she needs. So just remarkable. Like I said, everybody brought something different to the table and contributed a little piece here and a little piece there to go along with the drive and desire of our kids to just make for a successful season.
And it was going to be a challenging season. We knew that. We had a lot of things going on with COVID and all the different things. We knew it was going to be a little bit of a juggling match. But we also knew where they wanted to get to. And you look at the girls' team, which is mainly who I focused on, so that's why I'm bringing them up. But they wanted that championship. I mean, they finished second last year. They knew what they wanted going into this season. They wanted to compete for that championship spot, and they knew what they were going to have to do it. So on top of all the stuff being thrown at them, they want to compete at the highest level. Mm-hmm. So that means the amount of commitment, the amount of work, the amount of sacrifice they're willing to do, and having a bigger team this year, and not let me rephrase that, not just a bigger team, having a bigger family this year. Mm-hmm. And I put that in a big way because when you push yourself that hard to that limit, you have your bad days. You're going to have days that you break down, days that are tough. It's a middle thing where it just crushes you. But as a tight-knit group, there's somebody there to help pull you through those days. There's always somebody there to support you. There's always – and it made – I don't think we could have done this without the team being as close as they were to support each other.
Bob, you mentioned Ashlyn and what she contributed. You know, Amanda, Scott's wife, Amanda, was at every practice this year. Mm-hmm. She handled all of our COVID paperwork. You know, most people probably don't realize it. Every team this year, we had to take temps on everybody that walked in the room, had to have their temp checked at every event. We had to go through all the COVID protocol at every event. We had to keep up with who was sparring with who every day. And she did all that for us every single day. So that was one less thing a coach had to worry about. And she's there for the girls. She takes care of our girls when we have issues there. You know, everything from braiding hair to any other issues that we have. She's a team mom, absolutely. And she deserves as much credit for our state title as anybody.
I want to take the last minute or two to throw this out. I know the team as a whole, both boys and girls, now I'm talking about the team, the Mountain Home team. Their motto this year was we over me.
Yes.
Which means simply it's about the team, but you got to take care of yourself. And we have sat here for the last 30 minutes and we've talked about the team aspect. I want to take the last minute, if we can, guys, and highlight you had a male champion, you had several female champions. Let's throw those names out real quick before we have to get off the air.
Sure. Austin went undefeated this year. Austin Callies went undefeated this year. 27-0 at the 145 weight class and won the state championship pretty decisively. In the girls, we had a state champion at 132 in Kylie Sabella. She actually came back and beat a girl that beat her at the conference and upset. She was the 3 seed and she beat the number 2 seed, which was one of her losses earlier. And then she beat the 1 seed in the finals, who was another one of her losses on the year, and she ended the year 22-3. Amelia Frownfelter at 185 ended the year undefeated. I'm not exactly sure on her numbers. Do you know those, Coach? I would say somewhere around 23-0.
Something like
that. Ended the year undefeated and won her title match in 23 seconds on a double blast into a pin that was just awesome. And then Caden Jones, our heavyweight, she won a state title. It was just an awesome day for her. Finally got it in her head that she's a pretty good wrestler.
And the exciting part about all that, guys, is only one of them graduates.
That's right. We only lose one of our state champions. Now, we did have 3 runners-up that will graduate this year, and Victoria Bevel, Aiden Ritchie, and Drew Drew Lindsay.
Yeah.
And then we have another state runner-up in Amelia Adams.
So with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.